Hey YouTube, Matty Day 12, Team JMT here with another deck profile. Been testing around with this deck a little bit just because I get tired of my windups from time to time, so I want to try out some new things. So Frog Monarchs is where I went, and honestly, Frog Monarchs are really good this format. You need to check them out, especially just the stuff that they can do is just stupid. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. First, it's Monarchs, so you got 3 Caius, or Caius, depending on which part of the country you live in. 3 Ryza. I've actually considered dropping that down to 2. He's great, but I don't know that I really need 6 Monarchs. I'm running 1 Illusionary Snatcher. You tribute summon one of these guys, and then you can special summon him from your hand. The biggest thing that does for you is you're able to attack for 4,800, and then you can exceed summon into any of your rank 6s, which are excellent. But yeah, so that's the basic Monarchs. I got 2 Vanity's Fiend just because it wrecks everything in the meta. Stop special summonings, and it's too good. 2 Light and Darkness Dragons, easy to get out, and anything rogue. What I found out with this is it's really good in game 1, because if you play anything rogue, it pretty well shuts it down. They have the ability to play around it somewhat, but what you see a lot with rogue decks is that a lot of inexperienced players that don't really understand how to play around this. So when you run into that random Dragon Exodia deck or the Chain Burn or something along those lines, a lot of times those guys are inexperienced and they're just playing something trolly because they're thinking they can just sneak in for a win, and Light and Darkness Dragon shuts that down. Alright, it is Frog Monarchs, so the frogs. 2 Treeborn. A change in the deck, 2 Dope Frog. Dope Frog's really good. I mean, he searches out your frogs when you need them, and he's a 2,000 butt, which allows him to stick around for a while. Triple Swap Frog, pretty well standard for anything running frogs, wouldn't you say? Next, the Hand Traps, Gores, Double Tragodia, Triple Battle Fader, Double Effect Veiler. Questions about why am I not running Max C? To be honest with you, Max C is good, but right now the reprint hasn't came out is one of the biggest reasons. And 2, I feel like Max C is good if you're running a deck like this where you have the potential of drawing into answers. But in anything else, you don't always have the chance to draw into answers, which would be Battle Fader or Tragodia or Gores to stop the OTK. You really just need something to just go ahead and prevent the OTK. So I would prefer Effect Veiler to prevent the OTK than Max C to try to draw into something which would prevent the OTK. So there's the monsters. Honestly, it's pretty standard as far as Frog Monarchs are concerned. Spells, Double Duality. I get a lot of hate for this because everybody's like, well, you gotta special summon your Treeborn Frog to get your effects or to get your tributes off, and they don't understand is you can choose to not activate Treeborn Frog. Say I've already got Photon Strike Bouncer on board, or I've already got Gores on board, or any of my bigger monsters, Caius or Ryza or something on board. Choose not to activate Treeborn Frog and then activate Duality. Once I've already got the setup field, Duality is actually pretty good. Monster Reborn, because I've heard that it's broken. Triple Enemy Controller. Again, you're abusing your Treeborn Frog, and Enemy Controller's busted for that reason. Triple Soul Exchange. I'm running several Monarchs, and I want to be able to summon them. Heavy Storm and Triple MST. You need to get past the back rows. And again, you need to get past the back rows. This deck does not have very many beat sticks outside of the tribute monsters, and you've got to invest to get those onto the board, so you want to be able to protect them. And honestly, I just feel like Lance is a really good card for this format. The main deck sits at 41 right now. I would kind of like to drop it back down to 40. just because I'd like to be able to draw into my Treeborn Frog a little bit faster. But yeah, I mean, the only thing I could really think to drop would be the Illusionary Summoner, and I'm just really testing it out right now just to see where it leads me. Alright, so the extra deck. Photon Strike Bouncer, Insecta Beetle, and number 25 Force Focus. These are your rank 6s. These are the ones you're bringing out with Illusionary Snatcher and your Monarchs. A 2800 beater basically has the same effect as Strike Bouncer, but he has the bigger body at 24 defense and 2800 attack. Strike Bouncer, an excellent card, but again, he's 2700 attack, 2700 and 2000 defense. Beetle is actually probably the best rank 6 in my opinion, just because he's a generic Scrap Dragon. Just really good stuff with him. A lot of really good plays you can make with him. I've got Swap Frog and Dupe Frog, so I've got Gotchi and Shining Elf. Shining Elf is kind of interesting. It could very easily be Phoenix, Gusto Phoenix, Gusto Phoenix, whatever it is. It's actually a really excellent card. Also allows you to attack twice. However, Shining Elf, you guys know me. I'm a stun player. I like playing stuff that hurts my opponent, and Shining Elf hurts my opponent more than Gusto Phoenix does. So that's why I play it instead. Gaia Charger and Utopia, or sorry, Chaos Utopia. I play Enemy Controller, which allows me to grab my opponent's monster and go into these. You'll actually see in the rest of the extra deck, I do not run Utopia. I just run Ray. I don't have the ability to make Utopia, but I am running the Ray because I can Enemy Controller my Treeborn Frog, take your Utopia, and then overlay it into my Utopia Ray, which allows me to keep your Utopia. Same thing with Charger. I can take your rank 5 or rank 6 and make my Charger out of it. Or I also have my rank 6s, which I can overlay my Charger over in order to make him too. One Chimeratech Fortress Dragon. I've got Cyber Dragons in the side deck. One Stardust Dragon. One Scrap Dragon with Effect Veiler. I have the ability to synchro. Also with Enemy Controller, I have the ability to take so many things from my opponent. Ancient Fairy Dragon and Black Rose Dragon are actually the synchros that I make the most, just because if I have to summon Effect Veiler, my Monarchs are all level 6s, and these guys, 6 plus 1 is 7. That's math. Thank you, Davis County High School. Next, Iron Chain Dragon. Outside of Gaia Knight, there really is no other good level 6 right now as far as synchros are concerned. So Enemy Controller, take their 5, make him. Catastor, take their 4, make Catastor, and then Formula Synchron, Effect Veiler, and Battle Fader, Effect Veiler, Treeborn Frog, all kinds of good stuff there. My favorite play is making him, and then with a Ryza or a KS on board, allowing my opponent to make whatever play, and then synchroing during their turn into a Stardust or whatever I need at the time. So there you go, guys. There's the extra deck and the main deck. That is Matty Daddy 12 Frog Monarchs. I appreciate it, guys. Subscribe, comment down below, show us how much you love.